What's up, Aaron? My name is Bree. I am 17 years old from Sydney, Australia. I've been skating arguably about 10 years, but from the age of from 7 to April this year, all I've been able to do is ride skateboard. And then in April, May, I decided I wanted to learn tricks. I can ollie so far. Yeah, ollie to a degree. But I'm trying to learn frontside 180s, and I can't really do it very well. I'm not the best. No, I can't do it at all. I've done it. I've come close once. I can show you that, but that's about it. So yeah, that last clip was me kind of doing it. Not really, I didn't really count that, but that was a couple weeks ago. So yeah, I hope you can help. Your videos are really cool, so thanks.
Alright, sick. Let's check out these frontside 180s real fast. So we're going right into the slow motion. So you get about frontside 90, and then you just like pivot the rest of the way. And let's check out this one. Boom, you get a good pop. And I mean, I count that. I would definitely count that. So yeah, you say you're not really like close with that trick, but I mean that you look pretty solid to me. So let's just go over the basics of the frontside 180. So here's your foot position. It's basically like an ollie, but your front foot is a little bit in that back pocket, and that makes it a bit easier to get the whole like 180 rotation. But the really most important thing about this trick is how hard you turn your shoulders. That is going to change everything. And as Aaron is emphasizing in this clip, it's so important to turn your shoulders and kind of like crank them before you even do the trick. So it's that shoulder motion that you do beforehand and the follow through during the trick that's going to make you land it. So when you bend down to do the trick, really you're just doing an ollie. You're just doing an ollie and your shoulders are turning very hard the entire time, and that momentum is going to get your board to turn. So you can just take a couple looks at Aaron's frontside 180s. You see when he bends down to do it, he twists his shoulders, and the entire time he's in the air, his shoulders are twisting, and he's doing that like corkscrew motion to make sure the board turns. So you want to make sure you have a really solid ollie too before you start doing this trick. Your ollie looked pretty good, but I would focus a little more on like leveling them out, being able to like get your ollies higher and level in the air. And that's going to make it a lot easier for you to do the frontside 180 if you're really consistent with your ollies. So yeah, I mean, you said you're not very close, but you're very close. You landed one. I count that one. So yeah, I think you just need to get really solid on your ollies. And then you just need to practice really hard turning your shoulder. And you can even practice beforehand just like trying to do like a frontside 180 power slide and just putting your weight on the nose and just turning your shoulders really hard and sliding that board on the ground. That'll give you a little bit of a judgment kind of prediction how it's going to feel. And then you just go pop as hard as you can, turn your shoulders the entire time, and that'll make it easier for you.
Hey Aaron Cairo, I'm Jared. I need some help with my kickflips. I've been practicing all the steps that you told me, step 1, 2, 3, and 4, from Skateboarding Made Simple. And from what I know, step 1, I got that down pretty well. Step 2, and step 3, I got down, flip. I got the I guess sometimes, but I got that step down, and I got that step down. Alright, I'm also practicing stationary. I'm not doing it moving yet. So here we go. First attempt. I guess I should do. Alright. Those are some of my attempts, and sometimes it does that, it only goes halfway, or it goes full way, and I can only land 1 foot. But if you can help me, that I appreciate it. Thanks.
Alright, let's check out this 1 foot problem. So we got the slow-mo. So this one, you get a good solid pop. You flick down, which we're gonna have to work on, so I'll talk to you about that in a second. And then boom, your front foot goes straight to the ground, and then the board kind of just flies away out of control. So we'll check out this one. Get a good solid pop. Okay, yeah, you do flick down again. And then your front foot goes straight to the ground. And then your back foot, yeah, again, just kind of like flies away. So I definitely say that right now, commitment is your biggest, I'm not going to say issue, but I think commitment is the biggest thing you need to work on right now, other than your flick. So the problem with your flick is that when you flick down, not only does it flick like really just kind of weird and fast, but it also just goes straight to the ground. And the reason I think you're flicking straight down is because you're just a little bit sketched out of the trick. So I think that you just need to like go into it with like just a feeling that you're going to be able to do it. And then I think you need to work on flicking up, because when you flick up, the board is going to flick perfectly in the kickflip rotation like it's supposed to. And then you're going to be able to get your foot in the air long enough to catch the board and land the trick. When you're flicking down, what I'm seeing is when you're flicking down, your foot is going straight to the ground. And I think it's just because you're a little sketched out in the air. So what you need to do is work on learning how to flick upwards and get that good rotation. And then your foot will just naturally flick upwards. And then you gotta bend your knees, keep them in the air. Don't let your feet go straight back to the ground. You gotta let your knees bend, stay in the air, and then commit. So yeah, it's funny when you flick down, the board kind of just goes to the ground, and your front foot immediately just goes straight to the ground, and then your back foot kind of just goes straight to the ground too. So you do say you work on the practice steps a little bit, but I would say that you should definitely work more on the flick. That practice step, I just want you to get used to where you flick your foot and where your foot is supposed to go afterwards. So every single time I want you to practice flicking your foot upwards. I want you to like just completely get rid of that habit of flicking down, because that makes kickflips so difficult. So you have to make sure you go out there and you have to start flicking upwards. Like look at Aaron right here. He flicks up and not down. And that's what's going to help your kickflip stay in the air longer. Second thing I want you to do is when you get the flick right, I want you to learn the flick perfectly first. And then once you're good at that, I want you to start practicing landing with only your front foot. And then once you're really good at that, I want you to practice landing with only your back foot. And then I just want you to go commit every single time, no matter what. Even if you fall, it's not going to be that bad if you're just standing still. I just want you to commit every single time. Just keep your knees bent in the air, even if you land primo, even if you're not even coming close to the flick. The commitment and just trying to commit to the trick is going to help you build up confidence that'll make it a lot easier to learn this trick. So go out there, keep skating, keep practicing, and I know you're going to get this trick in no time. Good luck.
Available on all these platforms: iBooks, BrailleSkateboarding.com, and Google Play. It's the most comprehensive video we've ever made, and it teaches skateboarding better than anything else out there. You won't be disappointed.